Danish author, called himself a philosopher of sorts. Didn't want to be called a theologian because he didn't think anybody should be called a theologian. That is, somebody who knows for sure what he or she is talking about with respect to God. Lived in a society in which, quite unlike ours in many respects, in which maybe more like the 1950s in America, where Christianity was the conventional expectation. You went to church, but it really didn't mean much. You inherited the faith from your parents or your grandparents, and you just did what everybody did. And so Søren Kierkegaard tells the story in the parable of the ice skater and the spectators in his little book, The Present Age, to describe the age in which he lived. In the parable, there is a lake, and the lake is only partially frozen solid. Although a significant portion of the lake and some places around the edges are frozen solid and are quite safe, in other places the ice is quite thin. And so the spectators do not venture out onto the lake because it is not safe, or it might not be safe, but a lone skater skates out onto that ice. And at first the skater stays near the center of the ice where it is, the ice is thickest. But little by little he begins to skate closer to the edges of the ice, and the spectators are convinced that he is very courageous, this man. And they applaud and they cheer as he ventures near where he very well may fall in. He's a risky man, flirting around the edges where he might sink deeply into the lake. But what the spectators don't know is that this skater is very accomplished. This skater knows how far to go and when to stop, when it is not safe. His daring feats are, in fact, says Kierkegaard in the parable, are not feats at all. They're not daring at all. He knows exactly where to stop before he risks his life. He has mastered the technique of looking courageous and bold without being courageous and bold. Well, this morning's text speaks about boldness and about courage. It says that the New Testament text says that they were tired after fishing all night. They're weary. And Jesus says, go back out. And you fish at night. You bring in the big haul at night. So go back out. We're tired, Jesus. But they go back out because Jesus tells them to. And they haul in this huge net of fish. The Christian life is sort of about that. We all get tired, don't we? We all get weary. We all sometimes just think, I just want a break, just a little bit of a break. I need a vacation, or I need a day off, or I'm tired of the same old stuff. I'm tired of trying to push the rock up the hill. I feel like Sisyphus. You push the rock up the hill, and the rock just keeps falling down, and then I get up the next morning, push the hill, rock, so forth and so on. We're all tired. We're not catching anything out there. And so we've come in to the shore for a little safety and a little rest. Push off into the deep water, says Jesus. Go out where it's deep and throw your nets down. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean to throw your net down in the deep water? Well, we could take it, you can take it in a number of different places as a metaphor. The deep place for you may be a more examined faith and life. Just going deeper. Deeper than the Danes for whom Kierkegaard told this story. Go deeper into your own life. Or it may mean pushing into greater depths with those you love. Or it may mean taking a big leap of faith with everybody else in this church. And that's what we're about to do. We're about to head into deep waters. And it's going to be very hard if any of us is standing on the shore as a spectator. We just received news this week that the homelessness program that Rick and Mary Holtmeyer have been working very hard on our behalf for now for, is it 3 years, right? We started 3 years ago, you remember? And we were celebrating the fact that by 9 months hence, back then, we would be hosting homeless families. But it didn't happen, and it didn't happen, and it didn't happen, despite the fact that Rick and Mary were out there recruiting other churches to become hosts for homeless families for 1 week, 4 times a year, or 6 times a year, four times a year. And so the local group was working with a national organization called Family Promise, and the leadership here felt that they weren't getting what they needed from that national organization, so they changed and went to the Beacon Council in Minneapolis, Twin Cities operation, which has been doing this for many, many years. And so there was a fundraiser 2 weeks ago. 300 people showed up at the fundraiser, twice the number of people that they expected to show up for it. And so we were wondering, is this actually going to start? Because they said if we raise the money, we will start on by Mother's Day this year. Well, we get the email, get ready, because we're going. So this is ready to launch, brothers and sisters. Jesus is telling us, put back out to sea and put the net down, and the catch will be great. Now, we're the ones that are going to have to lower the net and pull it back up. And in my mind, it's a dream come true. And it's such a wonderful opportunity for this church to show the compassion and the love of Jesus. So, next Sunday, we will have I want you to begin to think about your own relationship to this program and ways in which you can volunteer to make it work, to be good hosts. That's what this is about. It's about the church showing hospitality to strangers. And sometimes you entertain angels unaware when you welcome strangers. Now, we should have no illusions that everybody that's going to come into this program is an angel. I don't see too many angels in here either. Although some days I do. Folks become homeless for all kinds of reasons. All kinds of reasons. And the reasons that these folks will have become homeless are probably as varied as humanity itself. But why they are homeless is not why we offer them hospitality. We offer them hospitality because we're a Church of Jesus Christ, period. Now that's exciting to me. And I know people are tired. People are tired. But you know why we're tired? Because we're doing the same darn things over and over and over again, and they're not working. We're tired of it. We've lost our energy, lost our enthusiasm. So this, Jesus says, come on. You can cook a meal. You can serve breakfast. You can stay overnight once or twice a week as one of the two people who will be here while they're here. You don't use those rooms that are downstairs. We're not giving the space away. We're using the facilities of Shepherd of the Hill Presbyterian Church in the way that Jesus would have us use them. Blessed are the poor. Blessed are the hungry. Blessed are you. You are the salt of the earth. If the salt has lost its savor, you are a light. You are a city set upon a hill, that others may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. What is Shepherd of the Hill? What is the hill? It's the mount. Shepherd of the Mount, shepherd of the Beatitudes, shepherd of the Sermon on the Mount, living as best we can according to the instruction of Jesus and the invitation of Jesus to go deeper, go farther, and not stand on the shore applauding others who do good works, but even when we're tired, getting back in the boat and going out, because that's when the joy comes. That's when you stop being tired. And when you go to bed at night feeling really good, because the church has made a difference in the lives of children and parents, and has become the church of the shepherd of the Sermon on the Mount. We will all continue to deal with all of the areas of life in which we need to go deeper, want to go deeper. Each of us individually, always seeking to go deeper into God, deeper into Christ, to be shaped increasingly in the likeness of Christ, into the image of God that we see in Jesus. All of that will continue to go on here. But something will change us. It will change us. It will transform us. So I close with this. What is it, Lord, that lures me forth? Why start the engine? Why cast off the lines and hoist the sail? Why embark upon a sea of troubles, the unknown dangers of the deep, when I could have security ashore? Does the destination beckon? The nearby cove, the magic isle, the distant continent? But all these I could reach by other means, more swiftly, in greater comfort, and without the perils that threaten my small craft. Is it yearning for command? Yet often I have found a command a burden, and often you have shown me, Lord, the limits of command. Ship and crew I may control at times, wind and wave, however, never. Does adventure call? Yet often I find boredom and sometimes abject fear. What is it then that lures me forth? To this question I found no answer until you showed me, Lord. You beckoned me beyond the far horizon. Launch out into the deep, you said to Peter and his crew, weary from a night of fruitless toil. Leave the still waters near the shore, abandon what you know and all security, and you shall find the great reward. Help me, Lord, like them, like Peter and his crew, to venture and to dare to do great things for you. And to say, like Isaiah in the temple in the year that King Uzziah died, here am I, Lord. Here am I. Send me. Amen.